be over in 7 overs, not 6 overs, if they continue at the rate that they're going. It's going to be coming in from the northern end. Batsman is settling down, looking around as the bowler is waiting to come in from the northern end. Good delivery just outside the off stump. Taken by the wicket keeper, not cleanly, but recovered quickly. Relay the ball on its way to the bowler. Flashes outside the off stump. That one is pretty close to an edge, but luckily for him, did not get a touch. Went through harmlessly to the wicket keeper. 10 without loss. After 8 deliveries, 1 over, 2 balls.
Yes, Audley, and thank you for that. This time he's going in the air, but away from the mid-off. Took it on the hop.
I said just away from the mid-off. Yes.
Yes, so he's showing some signs of aggression there. So good over so far. We're in the second over. The first over would have revealed some 10 runs. And here is it where 3 balls halfway into the second over and just 1 run scored from that. So good comeback by the Legends.
Batsman just tapping away there. Reminds me of a batsman played for Jamaica some years ago, Ransom Pinnock.
So this is the bowler. This time they're taking on the arm of the man on the point region, and it was touch and go. It's a busy area, feeling at the point area, but they just nudged it in his direction, and the non-striker was backing up beautifully, but the throw was thrown at the non-striker's end, and he missed. So the batsmen were able to make it home. 12 for no loss.
Yes. Just mentioning Pinnock, you know, I think he was one of the most unfortunate men not to play for the West Indies. Very stylish batsman. Good wicket keeper.
Yes, well, it's hold up in play, and the batter now is settling in. I think it's because they're bringing in the cover sweeper. He's coming into the circle. This time he's playing this one down to a third man. There's protection there. So we go on to lucky 13. The run chase is on. They're trying to get to 68 to be victorious. That's the Washington Tigers. Early in the day, the Legends, Tampa Legends, would have called right, elected to bat first, and they would have put a total of 67 on the board. And by cricketing rules, you have to win by 1, so 68 is required for victory. And the Tigers are trying to roar to get over that 68 mark. So Desai, right arm over outside the off stump. He's punching past the backward point, but there's coverage again in the third man area. In the meantime, the batters cross for 2.
Very good running between the wickets here by the batters. Good call, knowing that the batter to the closest end was almost home. So the bowler would have to throw to the northern end. But they were home and dry. Just keep that scoreboard ticking. Well, five from the second over either, so they're going at 7.5.
Yes, so it's a good comeback over because the first over went for 10 and the second over
cut in half.
So 15 for no loss at the end of over number 2. Remember, it's a 10 over encounter, so for those viewers who are listening, if you're waking up this morning and you're seeing TV, on your TV screen you're seeing cricket coming from North America, Central Bird Regional Park in the Fort Lauderdale, to be precise. You are not dreaming. This is the MAQ T10 tournament, first of its kind in all of North America, and it's a prelude to the big one that's going to be taking place in October.
In October, yeah. U.S. Open T20.
And 10 comes into play because it's going to be the 10th year of the tournament.
Okay, good.
So it's a fitting prelude to have a MAQ T10.
Have a 10 before the 20.
Oh, I think he would have prevented a wide there. But nonetheless, it's not going to be called wide, even though it was almost off the wicket, because the batter would have got some willow onto that leather. Well, the scampers through for 16, and here we come, sweet 16 on the board. So 16 for no loss. The sun is out in all its glory. Quite a contrast to the end of play. Well, I should say just prior to the end of play yesterday, when we had about over 3 hours of stoppage due to rain.
Yeah, I was further north in the Delray area, and the rains came in after 3 o'clock, and it persisted. And when I came back in this direction, it was raining, but lightly where I was at the time.
Okay, well, they were true to form. We had Vinod, he was with the weather personals, and they said from 5 o'clock it should rain until 8 o'clock, and believe it or not, it rained between 5 and 8. Batsman is turning this one off the hip. That one bounced a little bit more than usual, but it was the measure of it as he turned it down to the deep backward square leg. The ambles for a second one. Takes the total on to 18 for no loss. We're into over number 3 of this 10-over encounter.
Yes, indeed. He just got up a little and just keep it down, make sure that it was on the ground. And a very good run two there. Keeping busy.
This time he's in the air but away from Donny Nathaniel. So they would have crossed for a single. So there's coverage in the deep and they cover sweeper. But he's about 3/4 way. Oh, they're going to be bringing him in the circle now, and they're going to be pushing back the long on. So the 2 men out of the circle is one on the deep backward square leg and a long on. This time he's going in the air and away from any fielder as he goes over the boundary rope for the first maximum of this inning. Yet another MAQ T10 maximum.
Yes, indeed. I can say either these guys have been very busy. They're not taking any chances with the weather, although it's not looking threatening right now. It's not pretty imminent, but they are just going ahead, motoring along. And I think this is exactly what the doctor would have ordered.
Yes, well, I can tell you cannot defend 6, and the bowler was guilty of over-pitching there, and the batsman got into it. And he's going after him again, and he's splitting two fielder. Good work there by the man coming off the long-off boundary, running to his left, and prevented the batsman from thinking about a second. So even the thought of a second was aborted. 26 it is for no loss, as we're getting very close to the end of over number 3. One legal delivery left in this over. Remember, they're trying to get to 68 for victory, and the scoreboard tells us that they need some 42 runs from 43 deliveries. Down the leg side, wayward delivery. It's going to be getting wides. So it's going to be 3 wides. And then he has to bowl another delivery. And that's why we always say one legal delivery left, because you can always have more than one delivery.
So it's 29?
No, he must have got some bad on that, because...
No signal?
Yeah, it comes to the end of the over. Okay.
So they're going at just over 9, about 9.66 for over?
Yes, indeed. And the required weight is 5.4. So they have gone at 10.2. So they're really getting into this and getting into it in a hurry. So 68 is not a big score by any means, but I think the Tampa Legends, they're a little flat-footed at this time. You don't see that pep in the step for some reason. But anyway, they're not on screen now. I was going to tell you that they're in consultation and seem like the umpire is getting in on it also.
You know, it is said in cricket that whatever score you have made, then the other side will have to make it. But I think from where we are right now, it will be really, really difficult for Washington to lose from here.
Well, you never know. We thought that.
I know it's cricket. I know, yes, Ivan, we know. Yes.
A couple of times last night, we thought it was over and done. They were done and dusted. But I don't know. They have like 9 lives, these Tampa Legends. I can tell you that.
Well, I can tell you it wouldn't be the first time I'll be eating my words.
And then you'll never go hungry when you always have words to eat.
Oh, yeah. I swallowed it with a glass of milk.
So are we having a bowling change? I think so. Coming right arm over. And this time he's asking the umpire a question, but the umpire is not interested. He walks away as if to say, please don't bother me with something of that sort. That ball was probably missing 2 stumps down the leg side.
And there's some correction to the scoreboard, Ivor. It's 28, no, not 29. 29 was previously in the scoreboard.
Okay. Well,
so it's actually 9.33 the scoring rate.
Yeah, well, Ashad is more interested in the wicket column, so he is the new bowler, and he's going to try to see if he can change that. He's a good shot outside the off stump. He's going to run away to the boundary as the man down there was struggling in the sweeper cover position to intersect with that ball.
Indeed, the batsmen are in a hurry. I don't know why. I don't know why, Ivor, because they shouldn't be in a hurry to leave South Florida to go back to Washington.
Well, I said there was no interception there. Like I said, he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran, and the ball just won the race on that occasion. 32 for no loss. This time he's playing with soft hands. Proper cricketing shot. You do not have to go gung-ho to make runs. And I like what I'm seeing here with these 2 batters. Yes, we would have seen a maximum, but it was a well-stroked, nicely timed hit for 6. It was not the wild swing of the bat, a top edge or anything like that. And that's cricket just now. Oh, Lord, what glory.
They're very calculative what they're doing.
Here he is again, covering up nicely. So they're respecting the good ones. They're not in the spot of bother. The run rate required is nothing to be bothered about. They need just 5 runs and over, less than a run a ball. So they can do it in singles from here on in.
Most importantly, all 10 wickets intact.
And the batsman is run out at the non-striker's end, backing up too far. And the batter is guilty of getting his non-striker out because he played it right back along the turf, and he just guided it into the stump, and he was backing up trying to get the single. And just like I said, the bowler was more interested in getting that 0 off the wicket column. So Ashad would have done what he wanted to do to get 33 for 1.
Yeah, just as I mentioned that most importantly, all 10 wickets were in hand. Then, of course, immediately the ball was guided by the bowler into the wicket. And, of course, the batter at the non-striker's end was out the crease, and you know that's out.
And you know that what we call the commentator's curse.
Yes. Look, I don't want to be like you. You are very famous for that. I don't want to be in that column.
Well, you just joined the ranks.
Reluctantly.
Well, it is what it is, Audley. Well, the sun is out with us. It's out in all its glory. And like we said, the flags are being flown here, and there's a steady breeze blowing across the playing area. They're going from west to east. Normally you go from east to west. But maybe that wicket will put some pep, some step in the
pep of the Tampa
yes,
Legends.
Tampa Legends, because they seem to be flat-footed, if you ask me. So again, we just want to welcome everyone who is viewing at this time and say happy Sunday to you. If it's a Monday for you, if you're in the Asian continent and you're waking up to cricket, we want to say happy Monday.
Indeed. The ground being properly decorated by the MAQ TV sign, and is it cricketers? It's cricketersbook.com. US Open, of course, coming up. Signs are also there.
So Singh is the new batsman, so Ashad is preparing to bowl to him. He's coming over the wicket. Bowls short, the batsman covers up, and they're off to the races, and the batters would have won that one as the bowler was trying to get there first. So Singh is off the mark immediately, 34 for 1.
It would be very difficult for the bowler to get that run out. He would have to play some soccer, run the ball and just kick it onto the wicket. But it was not possible then.
But
So
it
they're safely home.
seems as though the umpire had a word with him there saying you're running on my turf.
Okay.
But he has all right to get there because he was going for the ball.
For the ball.
Yes, so we didn't see the yellow card at least. So the final legal delivery comes up. But this time he's playing it off the pads in the air, but not far enough for the man lurking there in the short mid-wicket area. As over number 3 comes to an end. Over number 4 comes to an end.
Okay, so it's 8.5. 8.5 per over. 4 overs, 34 runs. So they are doing well. It's 34 to win, 34 runs from 36 balls. So even at a runner ball, as long as they keep the wicket, then they surely win. The Washington Tigers, that is. And remember, they are going to create another envious record, being the first to win the T20.
Yes,
and the first to win a T20 match here, and going for the T10, the first championship. Three-peat. Or a triple, not really a three-peat, but a triple.
So Desai, that his second delivery of the 5th over. And it's going to be on candid camera and all on Facebook. I'm telling you. He's going in the air. There's a man down there. Let us see what he's going to do with this one. He takes it. Well, yes, well, it was good work for him to not go over the ropes with that, or else it would have been 6 runs.
Very good work, Ivor. I think he tried his. Oh yeah, he got a hand from one of his teammates, because had he held on to that ball, it would have been a 6.
Yes,
and when he was over the rope, he threw it back in, but there was no one close to take the completely catch.
Yes, very acrobatic. This time it's a good delivery, Yorker leg, and this time there. Oh, if it would have hit, it would have been an interesting opportunity.
I think it would have been run out.
Yes, from our advantage point here, it would have been a spot of bother. He would have been. Well, the score goes up to, what, 38? I can
38
see
for
on
one.
the scoreboard. Yes, as
with one delivery remaining in the fifth over.
No, it's over. The scoreboard is a little behind.
Okay, the scoreboard is it's over.
Yes, so it's 39 for 1. That's what it is.
Okay, so it's just under 8, just under 8 per over. Yeah, just under 8. The required rate, required 29 from 30 deliveries. 29 from 30 deliveries.
No, the rate that they need now is 5.
Okay.
5.8 is required, so that's what.
5.8, the required run rate.
Yes, so they're still less than a run a ball. So Ashad, I think he's going to bowl his 2. There's maximum 2 overs. And this one is a full toss, and he's going to be hitting it just out of reach of the man who was standing in the middle. And I'm telling you, that was a bad miss there by their side. The throw came in on the bounce, and he was trying to run the batter out. He knocked the bails off, but the ball was not in his grasp.
Had he collected that ball, I think the batter would be in trouble.
Oh, he would have been on his way.
Definitely be in trouble.
Definitely, he would have been on his way. No doubt about that. I tell you, Stevie Wonder and myself would have been able to give that. Two blind mice, right? Okay, we know there's three, so I don't want to say who it is. And a loud appeal, but the keeper himself was going down the leg side, and umpire is not interested. But a dot goes into the scorebook, and they need a few more dots or wickets. Well, there's a wicket that was put down. So we have to... Yeah, there's 33 for 1, Woody. Okay.
Some correction is being made on the scoreboard.
Okay, it's now being corrected. So this try that's a bad delivery. It was full, but he gets a wicket with it nonetheless. This time they're showing you how to take the catch. This one was high in the air. It had the height, never ever had the distance to get beyond the 65-yard boundary. So the second wicket would have fallen. Is that the commentator's curse? We just said one wicket should be on the board, and all of a sudden it's going to be two.
Well, you know, Ivor, some of the better balls at times don't get a wicket. It's just a loosener, you would call it, the ball that was tossed up.
His eyes opened up wide when he saw that full toss, and he just closed his eyes, and he was going for the Lauderhill Mall, but he could get it no further than about 40 yards away from where he was standing. But it was a good catch in the end, because the fielder had to run in. By the time he got there, he took it
on the way down.
Shoelace. It was a shoelace catch. It was right at his ankles when he picked it up, and it was a clean catch. The umpire was in no doubt, and from our replay here, we saw it was cleanly taken.
Yeah, I like the shoelace description.
Yes, but it was. He took it off
Indeed.
his shoelace. Yes.
Indeed.
So 38 for 2. They need wickets, the legends. They need wickets, and they need it in a hurry. So it's 40. It's a man's age. 40 for 2. This time he's playing the late cut. It goes to the man in slip. So they're attacking with a slip now. There's a backward point. There's a short extra cover. So Desai seemed to have something in mind. No, that's not Desai. The scoreboard, Ashad.
Ashad.
This time he's going after him. It's loud appeal. But he must have struck him outside of the off stump, and the umpire is not interested. He's decked out in red tops and black bottoms. He says, not out. The batsman is not out.
The Tampa legends are trying to peg things back here.
And they're known for that, I can tell you. Oh, yeah, 41 for 2 from 6 overs.
Yes,
that's
the last
4 overs. 24 deliveries from 27. And I'm telling you, nothing puts you more behind the clock than losing wickets.
They're really pegging things back.
And like I say, I think the rain is going to come in this afternoon, because the flags are flowing from west to east, and the wind seems to be picking up.
But one thing we know for sure, it won't be interrupting this match.
No. Well, game is on already, so the Duckworth and Lewis will come into play. And we will say, if the game had to be ending now, the Washington Tigers would be victorious, because they're well ahead of the Duckworth-Louis Park score. But that is not going to come into the equation, I can tell you that. We played here with the drizzle going on, and Sofan was telling the curator yesterday, man, it's been drizzling for about 2 hours, and now you want to put on the you want to bring on the tarpaulins. Just wait, man, we play some more cricket. Yep, so they're not as attacking for this bowler. Who's Desai? Is it? No. That's a wide. That's a cardinal sin when you're trying to keep things to a minimum. You do not want to bowl extra deliveries. Now he has got to bowl at least seven balls in this
7
over.
deliveries, at least. At least. Now, when you are defending a score that is not too large, one that you consider just about average, you definitely don't want to be giving things away.
Okay, so Ashad would have bowled 2 overs for 8 runs, took a wicket, and Desai bowled his 2 overs for 10 runs. So the new bowler is Cook. So let's see. Cook batted, and you said he didn't cook too much or something. You said,
yeah, Cook was on the menu.
Cook was on the menu.
Instead of being the one that's cooking, he was on the menu.
He was on the menu, so he got eaten alive. But now he's here to do battle, and this time he's turning this one around the corner. They made on runs to his right and send the throw back into the wicket-keeper. 43 it is for 2.
Yeah, things have slowed down dramatically as far as the Washington Tigers are concerned.
But they're still in control. They're into over number 7. But like I said, do not take your eyes off of the legends. These Tampa legends, they can put you in a vice grip, and once they get you in there, this time it's outside the off-stump batsman playing and missing. Not wide enough for the umpire to be interested in calling a wide. We know he was guilty of bowling the first wide down the leg side. This time a dot goes into the scorer's book.
And could have easily been an edge as well, you know.
Well, that's what you're saying. He said the bowler was lucky there for me not smashing that one to the boundary, because he was there sitting up asking to be hit. I think he just missed out on that. Well, let's see what Cook has in store after that dot ball. This time he's punching down the ground, but there's coverage in the wide long off area. Comes in, makes several attempts to grasp the ball. We cannot blame the dew because the sun is out in all this glowy. So I think his palm may be greasing. Do you think he's nervous? Maybe he is.
Oh, you can't blame the dew, blame the sun.
Yeah, but how about the daughter? It's Women's International Day. That was last Thursday.
Yes.
And you're asking to blame the sun. So we got to blame something on the lady sometimes. Nonetheless, back to cricket. It's 44 for 2. Out there, you're not going to get me in trouble. This one is in the air. 1 bounce down to the third man area. And again, they can do it in singles, and the boundary would come along the way, and especially if the ball is going to help them with extras.
You know, nowadays they have international everything. You know, they have, the other day they had National Donut Day.
What?
National Donuts Day. And national everything.
Well, yesterday we had a donut competition eating right here in this setting. Well, Cook is still cooking, and he's looking for his first wicket. That's a good delivery. Batsman covers up nicely. Good cricket all around. It was a ball that was back of a length.
Indeed, things have been tightened. The screws have been tightened by the legends.
And
what do you know?
Just because of the fall of those wickets, oddly. But Cook has gone so far. He's bowled his 1 over for 4 runs. And he still has
2 deliveries?
2 deliveries left.
Is it 2?
I'm taking your word for it.
I'm trying to, yes.
Oh, my word. 2 legal deliveries. Remember to always say legal deliveries. Because he is bowling one down the leg side, going further away from the batsman. The batsman is not interested. He's saying, I'm taking the gift, and I am going to run with it. I'll just wrap it and let my team get that extra without me having to do anything with the willow.
Yes, back to this International Women's Day, I think that's well-deserving. You know, we can't do without women. Of course, they are mothers, wives, sisters, one of the opposite gender, male, female.
This time he's advancing, and